Anybody else? Oh, two questions.
Well, the other question was, so if they're making a movie of one of your books,
Right.
would you rather act in it or be the screenwriter?
Oh. Okay. No. Actually, they bought Singing Songs, my first book. That's the story of my childhood. And then they, but it never got made. Rosie O'Donnell bought the option the movie rights for this one, and both of them they had me write the screenplay, which is quite frequent, quite often. But it also didn't get made. So, and I've also written several screenplays that have been bought but haven't been made. So would I want to act in one? I don't know. I would want to, sorry, my nose is sniffy from, I don't know. I think if I was going to do it, it would be nice to direct it because then you're in charge. Right. As an actress, you aren't in charge. They tell you, I need you to walk over here, I need you to hit this mark. Like acting, they have things where they put down a mark. So let's say this is a mark, so you have to walk over here and you have to talk and you have to hit your mark, but you have to still be doing whatever you're doing, like screaming or whatever. And so there's like all these different things that come, and you have to, if you're going to be here, you have to be on this foot, you can't be on this foot because then you'll be out of frame and out of focus. So there's all these different things that are combined with. Screenwriting, writing a book is wonderful because you have, thank you. Writing a book is wonderful because you're in charge. Writing a screenplay is not so wonderful because then they have so many people involved that you rewrite it and it gets worse and worse and worse. And then, you'll get actors who'll be like, I can't say this. And you're like, no, I spent 2 hours figuring out the right sentence, and they just toss it out. So, I don't know. I'm not sure. So, any other questions? You can ask me anything. You can ask me about me, you can ask me about my sister Jennifer Tilly, who's also an actress. You might have seen her in the Chucky movies, or you might have seen her Liar Liar, or, yes? Yeah.
Who was she in Liar Liar?
She was the woman who was going to divorce court, who was the mom of the 2 kids, who's like, come here, y'all little brats! And she was like, the one that Jim Carrey was representing.
Oh, her?
Yeah, that's my sister as well. And we both came out of like really huge challenge. So that's what I say to you guys all is that, if you can come, we didn't know anybody, they say, oh, you have to, it's who you know. But it isn't. It's really just work hard and keep your nose clean and you can do anything. Yes? Yes. There's good things about it and there's bad things about it. The lovely things about it is if you are successful, which I was lucky enough to be, I could work a few months, 3 months to 6 months shoot, and then I could make enough money to be able to stay home with my kids for a year and a half and put a little bit away. So my movie business has given me the ability to, my movie acting, which I quit, gave me the ability to be able to raise my children and mostly be the one who got to raise them. There's a challenging part because you have to think, okay, movies, some people go into movies because they're like, ooh, I want to be famous. But the people who are really quite successful, a lot of them come from challenging backgrounds like me. Whether there was abuse, physical, sexual, emotional, alcoholism running in the family. There's a reason why people can be very good at slipping into other people's skins and feel more comfortable pretending to be somebody else and living their life. In living somebody else's life and acting, in stepping into their shoes, you learn things about yourself that you maybe wouldn't have learned otherwise through your characters. But it's very interesting. So then you have people who want to be directors and control the world. So they want to be able to tell you, walk 3 steps, honey, and then cry. And I want the color of this room to be yellow. No, yellow doesn't work. Make it orange. And then they're able to say, and I want it to be day. No, I want it to be night. And they can switch it like that. And why do they need to have that kind of control? So there is sometimes some abuse that goes on there as well, or people, challenges. So there's good things about it, and there's challenging things, and you have to be strong. And you have to, if you're going to go into acting, you should learn self-defense. just so that you can, once you learn self-defense, then you don't have challenges because you stand differently, and those don't become issues anymore. Yes? That's a good question. I was actually living pretty close to here when I quit acting. I had a house in Wanak, and I went away. We did a movie called Leaving Normal that shot around in BC, and whenever I had a movie, I would take my kids with me, and I would take them. I'd get their classes from the teachers, and I would do their work with them in the trailer in between shots. And when I took this time when we did this movie, I took everybody out, and my daughter was in 3rd grade. And when we came back from 3 months of shooting, her best friends with somebody else. And you know, we don't have, like, it wasn't a big school they were going to. There were only 7 girls, and everybody was paired up, and she was the odd man out, and she didn't have anybody to eat lunch with. And she cried a lot, and I thought, oh my goodness, I thought it was enough just to have them with me, but really, they aren't going to have the stability. And that's why a lot of times you'll read actors' kids who are, you know, commit suicide or doing drugs and stuff like that, is because they either have to be raised by somebody else. Like a movie takes 3 to 6 months to have a career. You have to do 1 or 2 movies a year. So I would have had to either be gone for 6 to 7, 8 months a year from my kids, not raising them, or I would have to be take them with me, and then they wouldn't have friends. They wouldn't have social life. Because who wants to be friends with someone who's going to be gone for a few months here, a few months there, and then that person who's best friends is sitting there like they don't have anybody to eat with. So that's why I quit. I realized that, and then if you look at the last bit of my acting career, I did a whole bunch of like TV, like movies where you'd be like, why did she do that? But I was saving up all my money, and I just earned as much as I could, and when I had enough so they could go to college, and if I invested carefully that I could not do it anymore, I quit. So that's why I quit. There's wonderful things about acting and challenges. You get to fly around the world, you get to meet very interesting people. I can watch TV, and generally with the older set, I'm like, oh gosh, I know them. Oh, I had dinner with him. Oh, I acted with him. Oh, I met him and I didn't like him. You know, there's like all this stuff, and sometimes I can't believe that I know all these people, you know, who are like walking up and getting their awards and stuff like that, and acted with them. So that's interesting, but there's challenges as well. Yes.